Shalom, Pasadenans, and all my Omer video watching people everywhere. It is I, your friendly neighborhood Rabbi John Carrier, and I am delighted that you have joined me for this day number 13 of Counting the Omer. I feel lucky about this one. There's literally no scary movies called Omer the 13th, so don't panic. This week we're talking about Gevurah, this divine and human attribute of might or judgment, the capacity to make decisions which may cut off certain possibilities, but allow us to proceed on the right path with resolve. Earlier this week, I told you my favorite story about Gevurah from our tradition. I've asked you to think about times in the past where someone has exercised judgment in a way that affected you, or you've exercised judgment in a way that's affected you. Yesterday, I asked you to think about Gevurah in the sense of when have important decisions or judgments been made among our people in our history that brought us to the point we are now. Today, I want to ask you to consider, why is Gevurah important in your life right now? One could say at any time in one's life or at any point in history, we have all sorts of possibilities in front of us, and what happens next depends on decisions that we make today. I don't like trotting out that phrase, now more than ever, but dude, I like to think I'm not the only one who imagines that we're going to look back at this time in our lives, in our history, and say, this was a critical moment for our community at PJTC, our neighbors in Los Angeles, our world. This was a turning point, an inflection point, a liminal moment, whatever your vocabulary is. And so much of tomorrow depends on decisions and judgments we make today. I'm recording this at a point where we're talking about vaccinations rolling out and businesses opening up and kids going back to school just as soon as practically possible. We're at a point where many people are weighing the decision of the hope that they have for the near future versus the need to keep wearing masks, for example. We're at a point of economic churn and political turmoil that I think you could objectively say is historic. And while I can't possibly tell you what is the exact right decision for you to make, decisions are coming, and hopefully our learning together about the divine attributes, about our Jewish traditions, help you make those decisions. So as you think about where we're at as a people, as a community, as a nation, as a planet, where you are personally, what are some of the more important decisions that you think need to be made? And let me get real specific about the question of the day here. My question isn't what decision do you need to make? My question is, what do we need to decide on? Meaning, what are the issues as a person, as people, we need to pick our path for? I'm not asking you how we should exercise our judgment. I'm asking you, where should we exercise our judgment? I'm curious to see what people in this group are thinking about when they think about the things that we have to make judgments about. And I know for many people out there, it's going to be kind of personal. I know for many people out there, it's going to be kind of political. So I'll ask, if you're posting about this in our Facebook group, on our YouTube comments, please keep it civil and respectful of one another. I trust you to be a good neighbor here, because I think this is an important conversation for us to have, just to witness what different people feel are the big decision points in our world today. So feel free to share your thoughts in the Facebook group, in the YouTube comments. Feel free to email me back if you want to just keep it between us, or at the very least, write it down in a journal or something like that so that you can look back on it, because I think it'll be interesting to see later. In any case, I'm really grateful you've decided to join us for Counting the Omer for day number 13 tonight after dark. If you still want to catch those great melodies that Cantor Ruth recorded for the blessings for Counting of the Omer, those are on our YouTube video and the Facebook group as well. And I can't wait to see you as we round out our study of Gevurah tomorrow on day 14. Peace.